sorry about that. We'll never know the end of this story. That game was special. What we have next is Tristan with the game Dea Tono-sama. And I hope you enjoy. This is a Tristan block.
Alright, hello BBG. That last run was pretty intense. May have lost my lunch a little bit. Let's slow things down a little bit. Y'all like lag? I like lag. This is Dea Tono-sama. It's like Pocky and Rocky if Pocky and Rocky ran at a fifth of the speed. That sounds fun, right? Let's get in there. So, you can choose from two characters. They are named Lord Stupid and Prince Stupid. Lord Stupid is hands down better. He's more stupid. I feel green today, so we're gonna make him green. Also, time should have started before that, but I wanted to talk about the two characters a little bit. Yes, let's get stupid. You get to pick what your bomb does. The only reasonable choice in a speedrun is fire. They do completely different things, and we want the one that does damage. We go straight into the first level. So this is like Pocky and Rocky if you split Pocky's abilities across the two characters. Lord Stupid here has the sweep melee ability, which does quite a bit more damage. Our first priority here is to get meter or power or percent or whatever you want to call it. Percent is what lets us turn into our super form, which I call Super Stupid, because why not? So let's see. So we do a little bit of farming in the beginning. Not a whole lot, but it makes it faster later on. So we're at 70%, that's pretty good. You need at least 50 to turn into the super form, but I'm really interested in getting 100 as soon as possible. And this guy needs to stop following me. This is the first mini-boss. It's practically impossible to have super form for him, so I don't worry about it. And I just melee him. Ow. He gets in the corner and breathes fire, and it's really irritating. My life also doesn't really matter. $1 million bucks! He dropped the $1 million bucks. We're rich. We GDQ, folks. We got $1 million bucks. Alright, there's 100%. That's going to come into play later. Now that I have the 100%, I'm going to just rush to the end. But yeah, as you can see, one of the main things that makes this game bad is the lag. Am I really going to lose a life this early? It seems that way. That's actually totally okay if it happens. It's just time. Alright. I need to take this guy out without getting hit. Life is the circles at the bottom. I'm practically dead, but we're okay now because we're gonna go super in this next room, because one of Lord Stupid's biggest enemies is sliding paper doors, so we're just gonna buff out here. Yeah, enjoy this. So now every time I attack or take damage I lose meter, and when I hit 0 I turn back into Lord Stupid. But this is the fastest way to just blow through this corridor, because otherwise I would have to hit these things 5 or 6 times. And we want super mode on the boss anyway, so... By the way, more lag here because there are 2 enemies on the screen when I'm punching. And up here is our first boss, which is we apparently have walked into a sumo match. Here's why we want to be super for a boss fight, by the way. Let these guys do their first attack. Wow, you're still alive. Alright, see ya. That was a boss. Now, there is a penalty for finishing as super mode, and it's, you have to look at this. No, you have to look at it. I'm actually really far ahead of my PB, and I'm burning time. What am I doing? Alright, level 2. At the end of a level, you turn back into normal mode, but you keep any meter you had left, so we just kind of go on. We do normal mode through here. So I want to build back some of the meter I lost, and also you have to fight them, these guys, so it's no big deal to kill them, because you kind of have to. Moving through here, these guys throw exploding rice bundles, I guess, and if you actually go into the rice paddies, you take damage and drown, because apparently these are deep rice paddies. Deep enough for you to drown in. I've never seen that before. Oh, never seen that before either. Here's the next mini-boss. Because it's so close to the beginning of the level, I usually just fight it normally by hanging out in what I hope is a safe spot. It's a very safe spot, I assure you. But we just beat him down with our fan in our hair. Alright. Then you have these guys in their underwear throwing spears. I don't know why. Up here is going to be our first use of a bomb. It's going to be right here because there are 3 guys stabbing this dolphin, and for some reason, if you try to attack them, your attack is gravitated toward the dolphin instead, which doesn't help, so I just bomb them to speed things along. Having rescued the dolphin, he decides he wants to help us. I guess he's found a new purpose in life, and he's going to carry us across the water here. Thing is, this is going to murder my bit rate, and there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. I'm sorry, we're turning into a pixel. I could go into why this murders my bitrate, but it basically boils down to fast-moving Bubbleman waterfall. I could stream at 3500 kbps, it would still murder my bitrate. I've tried, so we're just gonna deal. The main thing here is this dolphin I'm standing on, this row never has anything dangerous happen in it, so as long as I can be in that row, I'm safe. And this is an auto-scroller, you know, whatever. This is where I would ask for donations, but we don't do donations in this marathon. Greetings from Germany? I don't know. I'm not actually from Germany. Oh, I'm going into orbit. Help, where's my shadow? Okay, we're fine. Yeah, don't be on a dolphin when it hits a rock or you lose control of your everything. But we should be okay, maybe? Yes, we're fine. No problem. We only have 30% right now, which is a little bit disappointing. I'm gonna have to try to scrounge up some power. That's enough. Cool. The unfortunate thing is, for some reason with my OBS, it doesn't realize the horrible part of the level is over for like 2 minutes, so we're gonna have horrible encoding problems for a little while. I'm sorry. But here's the second boss, which we're gonna Hulk out for. And much like the first boss, I'm going to just wreck him unless he wrecks me. The penalty you get for being in super mode is you have no iframes. So if an enemy scoots on top of you, you just get instantly bodied until your meter runs out. It sucks. We're gonna skip the horrible this time. Alright, third level. I do these in a particular order, so I have meter at particular times when I need it. Like at the end of that fight. If I did them in a different order, my power would be at 100% at different times. Alright, a little bit more power. Power's being kind to me, and that's worrisome because I really need it later in the run. I mispronounced best. Oh, you all really like the hulked out... Okay. Alright, I got you. These rocks are effectively random. It's stupid. Matches the game pretty well. I take a death here on purpose anyway, so I don't actually care that that happened. just so I have my life topped out and I don't end up on my back at a bad time. Alright. I just kind of chill in the corner here and swing, and these things blow up, and then I can finish this guy off on my own time. There we go. These little fireball things don't really do anything useful for you except cause lag and then shoot at you when they die. So you just kind of rush through here and hope to not get bodied too hard. They don't even have a hurt box until they explode, so it's not worth dealing with. These weird zombie things, I don't know what they even are. They make a weird groaning noise when you kill them, but it's not a zombie groaning noise, unless it's like an anime zombie. I don't know. It's high-pitched and, like, whiny. This guy, his main gimmick is he can throw his hat. If you're fighting him without super mode, you actually jump up and destroy his hat first, and he does like half of his attack cycles and nothing happens because he has no hat. Instead, I'm just gonna punch him twice. I meant 4 times. That was weird. But he's out of here. Alright, y'all want the Lord Stupid super mode. Here you go. Enjoy that. Alright, next up is the Act 1 boss. Oh, his teeth, actually. So, that's due to a, from what I read, an old Japanese ritual where married women actually blacken their teeth. Why he does it, I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's some, like, homoeroticism in there or something. I'm not entirely certain. This is the first boss. I have no idea what his story is because I can't read Japanese. But he has one of the simplest patterns of any boss ever. There's probably some deep hot lore, I don't know what it is. But you stand here, you swing at him, you jump this. He's gonna punch me, which is fine because you get your health refilled after every boss fight. And now if I'm standing in the right place, his attack will just hang out on screen and not hit me for about 5 seconds. And I can finish him off while it's doing that. No problem. So if you finish as normal mode, you get a different picture here of this dork. But we don't want to see that, do we? We don't want to see that. That's the end of Act 1, which is Japan. This category is all stages. If you are very observant, you will see 4 diamonds there when I only did 3 stages. The 4th one is a bonus stage, and we just kind of decided it doesn't count. Because it's nothing but a time waste. And by we, I mean I'm the only person to have ever run all stages. Act 2 is the rest of Europe and Asia, and we start in China. Let's see, I'm at 40%, so we want to bop some of these, what the hell are they called? They're the Chinese zombies. I don't remember. I'm sure someone will be telling me in a moment what it is. I would call them Shinkos, but someone would explode on me for that. Here is a platforming section where the fastest thing to do is fall off. Jiangxi, that's what it is. Thank you. I knew someone would know. But yeah, intentionally falling off the platforms puts you on the next platform, so you just fall off. Mini boss of China is just some dude who we punch and he explodes. And now, for one of the most interesting auto-scrollers in the game, this would actually be a very challenging auto-scroller with a bunch of stuff flying around, except you can go right here and nothing will hit you. Oh, by the way, this is also where we drop to about 2 frames a second. Prepare for this. I'm literally not going to move from this spot, by the way. Yeah, here we go. It gets worse. I don't know what playtesters or the developers were thinking. Because even if all the explosions weren't going on, this would have lagged the game to heck and back. Look at this. I've tried to kill stuff here, it's not worth doing. It just makes it worse. Once the fans go off screen, we'll be back to normal. Or whatever normal is. Whoops. That's fine. Should I save or punch the pandas? Well, maybe I'm gonna save the pandas because I punched them because they usually drop meter. This time they didn't. There's some meter. Just enough to make up for the 2 punches I spent getting meter. Punch the pandas. Nah. Nah, you can't be mean to the pandas. Here's Bruce Lee. Oh, here's a turtle. Bye, turtle. Turtle almost always drops 50%, so meter isn't usually a concern here. Eh, we'll punch the panda. Oh, he dropped meter. Thanks, chat. So that's the last of the dangerous stuff in China. There's a couple more Jiangxi here. We just kind of walk around them. I keep calling this guy Guan Yu because the only reason for that is he's wearing a similar green tunic to Guan Yu in, like, Dynasty Warriors, which is terrible of me, but anyway. He just takes 3 punches. 4, I guess, if you do it wrong. No problem. We get him again. I'm gonna start going a little bit faster because I'm actually wildly ahead of my PB right now. Next up is India. India is a little problematic, I'm not gonna lie. But we'll see when we get there. Alright, I want that, actually. Hey, I said I want... Okay, game. Whatever. It's stuck on, like, the little post. Okay. Okay. Well, that's never happened before. So, this is just all lag for this section. Trying to do anything about it just makes it worse. What are you gonna do? Yeah, you're guaranteed to take a hit there. So, you come up into this vertical section, and you get these guys, who are like, I don't know what they're doing. They're trying to stop me for some reason. But this is where the lag goes a little crazy. You got this guy throwing curry, which I'm pretty sure is not okay. But, whatever. There we go. Yeah, it's like the one borderline, not even borderline, just not okay part of the game. It's weird. But alright, we got 100%. Here's another mini boss. Oh, by the way, have you noticed the loading times? Oh, by the way, he went down in 1 hit. But the rest of the level should be free of, incredibly hurtful stereotypes anyway. Ow. Ever wanted to punch an elephant? Because of course the boss of here is an elephant. I don't even know. So you just get up here in the corner and jump punch him and he's gone. That's it. Oh no, nothing about this game is okay. Just that particular part of India is something. Alright, next up is generic Europe, England, France thing. We have 76% meter, so we literally don't care about 2/3 of the level because most of the level here is just trying to get meter for the mini-bosses because there's more than one. But we're in pretty good shape. The only thing we're really worried about here is a random shooting star just landing on my dome piece, which does happen. Or a fencer getting me. Ow. Like that. So here comes mini-boss number 1, which is a knight. And there he goes. So there's actually two types of healing item that drop, Tempera and Castella. And an interesting thing about the game is if you're playing co-op, which one you pick up changes how much health it heals depending on who you are. Because one is Japanese and one is French, basically. You can figure out which one heals more for each character, but it's actually something interesting that they put in here because it actually gives you encouragement to share the health items because they are more effective for different people. Alright, I hate this part because a fencer can just get you, and because you don't have iframes as super stupid mode, you're just in trouble if a fencer gets you. Good night, knight. Very important thing, before the end of this level, we need to have 4 bombs, which we currently do. You can see them over my, over in the very bottom left corner of the screen. So we're fine, they're the scrolls. Alright, we're just gonna dodge between these dancers as best we can, and then we're at the boss. The boss is a king with 2 knights. In typical royalty fashion, the king will do nothing, it's all the knights. Yeah, Carter's got it right, except it's actually 4 units. Alright, so there's the green knight down. No comment on where Sir Gawain is. How are you not dead? There we go. And once the knights have been defeated, the king just takes a nap. I don't know why. Yeah, just show that off for a moment. So now we're ready for the Act 2 boss. Like I said, we need to have 4 bombs for this. One thing of note, you may notice that the path to the boss is completely empty. If I had skipped any stages, I would have to fight their boss here. Any percent is actually just literally going to the act boss for the 2 acts and going through the boss rush. Part of why I did all stages was I felt it showed the game off more fully, and also any percent has had a marathon run already. Alright, this guy's a giant putz. You're only supposed to be able to damage him by reflecting his bombs, but he's vulnerable to my own bombs, so I'm just gonna bomb him 4 times and go home. It is the fastest way to kill him. It's actually kind of sad because in any percent this boss fight is really fun because he has all these different abilities that you have to dodge, and then you have to put yourself into a position to reflect his exploding barrels back to him. But it's a 5-minute boss fight when I could just hit R 4 times and then we're done. Much like this. He's also filled with explosions, so there you go. We have 1 level left in the game, and it's, well, it's a surprise. You would think we'd go to the Americas or something for some reason, but no. We go to Mars. So the thing on Mars is I need to get 100% meter as fast as I can. Fortunately, we have some astronauts who are already here who can help out with that. Maybe. This is not good. I'm gonna reload the screen to get the astronauts back, because I need 100% to continue on from here. There we go. That's right. 94 would be sufficient. Get off me. Alright, we can go now. That's not too bad. Aliens. They're shaking hands, I don't know why. Also, apparently these rabbits with hammers are some kind of lore thing. Now we're gonna fight the Venus of Willendorf. We're not gonna see it for long, though. I don't know why we're fighting this, but there we go. Also, apparently this boss is another Japanese lore thing, but it goes over my head. Ooh, let's grab that bomb just for the heck of it. Punch all of the astronauts, because if one gets on top of your personal hitbox, you're done, you're dead. It will take you all the way down to 0% and there's nothing you can do about it. So punch the astronauts. Last astronauts of the run. Give me some meter, good. We should be good for the rest of the game. I don't know what this is, but you just kind of jump over everything and you're fine. I said you're fine. No game. No. We're still fine. There's another one of these things. I guess, yeah, they're curse dolls. Punch. Thank you for the meter. And now we're heading into a boss that I've been told is Nobunaga, like Robo Nobunaga. Nobunaga. This game messes with your brain, man. So, like every other boss in Super Mode, punch 4 times and go home. Dodge. And now for the final boss, which you ain't seen nothing in the weird spectrum yet. The final boss is, E heckin' T. Unfortunately, we don't have enough meter to use my super bomb. I wanted to show that off, but it's okay. So I have no idea what my actual time in this run is because I screwed around so much, but this is pretty much a PB. He has some iframes at the start of the fight, so you want to do that, and then you punch all the aliens out of him, and the run is over. So yeah, that's definitely a PB, but I might have to retime it. With all that screwing around, too. That's the funny part. Just the RNG lined up for me. This end makes no sense to me. I don't understand. But we don't need to watch the credits, but just this little snippet at the end here of... I guess this is a photo from, like, somebody's records or something, some country's records of having found something they thought was an alien. Yeah, this is world record, even with all that screwing around. This run is heavily RNG reliant. So yeah, I don't know what this is. Yeah, it's a famous photo. So that's Daytona-sama. The other character, the French dude, has projectiles, but he's just overall worse in the speedrun, but I find him more amusing in a casual playthrough. Anyway, I believe what I have up next is Hachiman. I'm actually going to kick back to the host and let them do whatever it is they need to do, and then we'll continue on. So stay tuned.